Story 1, AITA for punishing my foster daughter for telling the authorities my 12-year-old daughter was taking drugs. I 34F have been looking after my foster daughter Mary 13F for over a year, ever since her parents overdosed on drugs. I also have a biological daughter Lyla 12F. Mary and Lyla mostly get along, although there have been some minor arguments. A few weeks ago, the police came to Lyla's school. Someone had sent an anonymous message to the school saying that Lyla was in possession of drugs. After searching through her phone, locker, and bags, they realized that the drugs in question were Skittles that Lyla had lying around in her bag, accidentally ripping open the packaging. Lyla was terrified of the police and was traumatized by the incident. She's a very shy, quiet girl who had a panic attack at the thought of being sent to prison. While they wouldn't reveal who told on her, Lyla suspected that it was Mary since she was the only one who could have seen the Skittles in her bag. Mary denied this at first, but eventually she snapped under pressure and admitted it. She said she made a mistake and was scared that Lyla would overdose like her parents. I know that Mary has trauma related to drugs. But that's not an excuse. I've made it very clear that she can come talk to me about anything, even if it involves Lyla, and yet she went to the school instead of telling me first. Mary said that she only went to the school in case I was biased towards Lyla. She knew full well the legal ramifications of her actions. Both of them could have potentially been removed from my care. I can't help but think her intentions are malicious. Skittles look absolutely nothing like drugs. She didn't even talk to me or Lyla about it, she just went straight to the authorities. So I decided to ground her, stop her allowance, increase her chores, and take away her electronics for the entire summer. She's still upset with me for this, saying I went too far and I was punishing her for having trauma and trying to do the right thing. But I feel like I have a duty to teach her that it's not okay to potentially get our entire family into legal trouble over a misunderstanding. AITA? Edit. The reason I thought she had malicious intentions was because the week before, Mary coincidentally started a large argument with Lyla for hanging out with Mary's crush. Lyla eats candy all the time, especially Skittles, and Mary knows that Skittles are her favorite. Commenter says, important_salt_3944 says, info. When did this happen? I'm confused about the timing. It sounds like it happened at the end of the school year because you took away her summer. But it's August now, so the summer is over for most kids. Did this happen 2 or 3 months ago and you're just now questioning it? Commenter says, Panacea Stark says, info. What did Mary's caseworker and therapist, please tell me your state has mandated therapy for traumatized foster kids, have to say about the incident? Something of this level should have them involved to get to the bottom of things. And if you're right and she did lie, her therapist needs to work through this behavior with her. Commenter says, Williker Smister says, I'm tempted to say Uta, bordering on nah. I think that Mary's reasoning is fairly sound. She's a kid who's deeply traumatized by experiences in her own life with people using drugs. And it's very, very hard for a 13-year-old to conceptualize the repercussions for something like this. If she was acting out of malice, that's one thing, but I think it's pretty hard for anyone online to be able to say if that's the case. That said, I do think your punishment is extreme. I think this is a great opportunity to have more heart-to-hearts with Mary and help her learn how serious this could have been. Is she already in therapy? I assume she must be as a foster child with her history, but if not, she absolutely should be. Additionally, if Mary was exacting out of jealousy or some other feelings around your bio daughter, layering on punishments may just make that separation worse. Do they generally get along well? Are they close or more distant? Mary is going through an immense amount of loss and change, and her feelings toward your daughter are likely very complicated even if they're generally close and friends. I think it would be reasonable to lighten up your punishments while also checking in with her more regularly and emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. Depending on the quality of your caseworkers, you may want to discuss with them as well. Story 2, AITA for telling my sister's kids the truth about why I never had children? Posting this on an alt account. My 36F younger sister 34F has 3 kids, aged 7, 5, and 3. I'm child-free by choice, which has always been a point of contention in my family. My sister especially has been very vocal about her belief that a woman's purpose is to be a mother and how I'm missing out on the best part of life. I've always just brushed it off to keep the peace. Recently, my sister and her kids came over to my house. While my sister was busy, her 7-year-old asked me why I don't have kids. I tried to give a vague, polite answer, but they kept pressing, saying their mom told them that I would change my mind one day because everyone does. At this point, I decided it was time for the truth. I calmly told them that I didn't want children because I value my freedom, career, and personal time. I explained that while some people love being parents, others find happiness in different ways, and that it's okay not to have kids if that's what makes you happy. I also added that everyone's life choices are valid as long as they're happy and fulfilled. My sister overheard part of the conversation and later blew up at me, accusing me of trying to brainwash her kids and undermine her parenting. She said that I was selfish for planting doubt in her children's minds about the importance of family. She even accused me of glamorizing a lifestyle that she feels is empty and meaningless. She stormed out with her kids, and later my parents called, siding with her. They said I should have just humored the kids or deflected the question, and that I owed my sister an apology for causing unnecessary drama. I don't think I did anything wrong. I was honest, respectful, and gave a balanced perspective. I'm tired of being made to feel like my choices are lesser or need to be hidden just to avoid conflict. I believe it's important for kids to know that there are different paths in life, and not all of them involve having children. AITA for being honest with my niece and nephews about why I chose not to have kids, even if it caused a family rift. Commenter says, BAM1701 says, NTA. Your sister has been undermining you to her kids for years in a very passive-aggressive way. Because of this question was bound to come up sometime. And, rather than be PA's return, you were direct and approached the subject head-on. And your sister couldn't take it because she is afraid that if her kids are exposed to other points of view, they will develop opinions of their own. Like Carl Sagan said, if it can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth. Commenter says, Blue-Eyed Wolf says, NTA. You told the truth. There was nothing harmful about what you said. Her kids need to hear from all sides of a story so that when they get older, they can make decisions like this about themselves. Your sister honestly sounds a bit insecure and jealous. Perhaps she regrets not having the freedom you do? Commenter says, Wanna Believe in Magic says, NTA your sister has been disrespecting you for years, judging your choices and acting like you are less than. What's more, she has weaponized her children against you. You could have done the same, telling her kids how misguided and wrong their mother is just as she has done about you, but you didn't. You simply told them how you think. And thank goodness. People who think their way of living is the only right way are dangerous to this world, and those kids need to know having a different path is a good thing. Tell your parents the next time sister goes crying to them they should tell her how wrong she is and to get off her high horse. Story 3, AITA for cleaning my horse's penis in front of my friend? I'm going to reducing this post to the basics and hope it dies down because I'm sick of people sexualizing my horse. I 23F have a horse. My friend 23 meters was at the stables with me. I noticed my horse's sheath was getting bad, so I decided to clean it. I didn't warn my friend and he was freaked out. Since then, he has ignored me. AITA? Commenter says, Any dog says, not an asshole but I'm sure he thinks you're super fucking weird. Commenter says, Lily Sunday says, Nah, it's needed care for a gelding's health. That said, while there is nothing wrong with providing that care, it is probably best done when you don't have a non-horse person with you as it can clearly be taken the wrong way. Commenter says, Peppa Bismol says, Horse girls never beating the weird allegations. Lamau nah, but for the love of God explain yourself beforehand next time. Thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.